Kusatsu is a town 3 hours northwest of Tokyo, and it's often ranked as Japan's best hot spring town. After traveling through Japan, we wanted to learn how the Japanese relaxed, so we came to Kusatsu for one day to compare its famous spa resorts, its public baths, and its residential onsens. We started by visiting the Gozanoyu resort, where we bought a 3 hot spring tour ticket for the 3 famous hot spring resorts in town. But there was one problem. Bathing here takes place gender separated in the nude.
And to be totally honest, I don't really love the idea of that.
And it would take some luck and effort to film when no one was around.
Look at this. This is where you bathe before you go into the onsen. Bathe with some cold water, and then you go in. It's amazing. I got a second alone here in this hot spring, so just showing it off. But usually it's full of people, so this is a rare treat. They have a yoga room here. Mary's already stretching. So, question on my mind, Mary, is how was the forced nudity? How did you handle it?
It got better. I just decided, like, everyone is born with a body. Just get over it. And it's amazing what just forcing yourself to do something can do. What about you? You grew up naked around men, so.
Yeah, I played hockey for 20 years, so I've seen pretty much everything there is to see on the male body. So nothing too jarring.
That's a weird way to put it.
Facts.
On our way to the second hot spring resort, we walked through Kusatsu's Yubatake, a central cooling field showcasing the fact that Kusatsu has the largest volume of geothermal hot water in all of Japan.
So to be legally called an onsen in Japan, the water has to be piped from the geothermal waterways that are running through your town. And in Kusatsu, there's so much geothermal activity. Even these small houses around here probably have their own onsen officially.
The hot water is so plentiful that you can find public foot baths behind every corner where you can sit and soak your feet for a minute before enjoying your next onsen.
Our 3 hot spring tour ticket continues at Ohtakinoyu. You just got the private onsen?
Yeah, this place is giant.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Obviously you got the Toto toilet, but that's not why we're here. We're here for this. This is very hot.
This is like really hot. Like only in for 90 seconds at a time hot.
I think I put in some cold water in here. Mix the water around. I really hope this is not like a Japanese plunger. For the grand finale, we used the body lotion, face lotion, and hair lotion apparently. As a man, I'm just shocked at all of this.
It's leave-in conditioner.
Oh,
it's not a hair lotion.
Leave-in conditioner. I'm gonna call it hair lotion.
The communal portion of the resort was packed full of naked people, as expected, so I couldn't film in there, but it featured a hot waterfall and several outdoor pools you could soak in.
How was the second time in Nakedville?
I don't know, maybe exposure therapy works? Because it's getting a little easier.
Yeah. Before we go to our 3rd onsen, we're gonna do something a little special. We got our tickets, we got a front row seat, but we're slowly losing our minds because there's a 90-second song that's being looped and we have 20 minutes to go. That was neat. So the water is 50 degrees Celsius until you cool it down, but if you cool it down with water, then you distill the properties of the mineral water. So you just want to sort of move it around. Arigatou gozaimasu.
So far we'd seen 2 of the 3 hot spring resorts, but next to Netsunoyu was a public bath, which I was lucky enough to catch unattended after my soak.
This is what it looks like.
We have the extremely hot pool here.
that I could only stand for like 2 seconds. And you have this beautiful, still very hot but slightly cooler room. Pegs to put your towels here. These little buckets are water that's put out so that you can cool yourself down, and it cools. Got this beautiful mural here of the ladies and the men cooling the water, and all the steam vents all the way to the top. That was a nice soak. What do we got here?
It's can't miss Japanese snack. Sweet potato.
Hot potato.
And I'm pretty sure
The vending machine.
it's just potato. I know I say that with such implied disrespect, but look at the steam.
We're gonna do something a little different. Here it is.
Here we are,
Here we are.
yukata. Not to be confused with yugata, which
Yeah.
is evening in Japanese.
That's true. So these look like kimonos, but they're actually yukata, which are traditional bathing costumes. And no, it's not just for white tourists to play Japanese. I've seen plenty of Japanese people here walking around in them. So
I think a
wanted to give
lot
it a
of
shot.
hotels like just have guests wear them from onsen to onsen.
yeah.
One thing that I learned, since you go into the onsen naked, I imagined you would be naked under these, and when she told me I could put my clothes in the locker and I literally stripped down fully naked, she's like, oh no, keep your underwear on.
Mary went from being worried about being naked with others to just dropping trow immediately. This is so cool that we're taking a stroll like through the woods here along this boiling river.
It's awesome.
You have all these statues here, torii gates, little shrines. It really feels like we're stepping back through time. We're heading back to the bathhouse. This onsen culture and this public bathhouse culture really goes back to the time of when Japan was at a point where not everyone had a shower or bathtub in their house, so there were these centrally located bathing houses throughout cities like Tokyo and Kyoto, and in the countryside here where they have the geothermal springs. And that tradition is kept to this day, which has been really cool to see in person and even dress up for.
Our skin was practically falling off our bodies after 3 onsens and numerous foot baths, but we still had 2 more to go. The third resort and our residential onsen. Sainokawara was the last onsen on the 3 resort pass, and it was our favorite because of its serene outdoor setting. If you're visiting with a significant other, we'd also recommend a residential onsen where you can unwind together at the end of the day.
Well, we're finishing off our Kusatsu trip the right way. We're here in the foot bath by the bus station waiting for our bus and going back to Tokyo. If you haven't seen our escapades through Japan's cities, make sure you check that out.
And we hope you enjoyed seeing Japan's boiling village.